What's up, Dave? We're almost ready. Yeah, okay. Banana's coming. Let me eat my lunch real quick. What's up, Dan? How are you? Sorry, we're having a little late start today. Seems to be a theme every week. It's one of those Mondays. See, I'm eating my lunch banana at 6:30 at night. What's wrong? Leave the potassium off. So, Banana's coming. He's getting his cup of noodles. Recently, Alpine. Hey, Tony, from the UK again. Love you. Alright, Banana's done. So, Alpine just came out with this cool document here. You gotta find it. Right. This is. Scoot over. That was a company. Where's the couple minutes? Won't go good? You sure? They're gonna be cold. So, as I was saying, ooh, a heart. Alpine has recently released a amplified subwoofer for underneath the front seat of a Jeep Wrangler.
Yes, sir.
Now, that itself is fun, but why I'm even bringing it up is this document. This document is what they gave us for installation. Now, the humor in all this is that these two pages right here.
What is that? It looks like a car warning.
These are written by the lawyers. And why is that important? It's not. But why is it funny? Well, you guys always ask about how do I get rid of the OK screen on my radio. The reason why you can't is because of the lawyers. The lawyers put that there to keep us safe.
Lawyers?
It's an NWA song. Just take out police and insert lawyers. And what I want to do is briefly scan over this for you just because of the pure amusement factor that we had with it. The first one is do not disable or modify the product. Doing so could lead to accident, fire, or electric shock.
So if you open it?
Well, those weren't really the words. The words accident, fire, or electric shock. And those are going to be a reoccurring theme here. And okay, so store screws and other small objects where small children cannot reach them. Because we all know children will choke as soon as a screw is around. They're going to... Okay. One of these small objects, if swallowed, consult doctor immediately. In other words, call 911. Okay, when replacing fuses, because they're assuming you're going to blow a fuse by putting this product in for whatever reason, be sure to use the fuse with specified current rating. Failing to do so could lead to what? Accident or fire. So that's 2 fires in 1 choking kit. Only connect the product to 12-volt negative ground car. Failing to do so could lead to what? Accident or fire. 4, 3 in 1 choke.
We are on fire.
Before you begin wiring, remove the ground wire from the negative terminal of the battery. Failing to do so could lead to
fire.
No, electric shock or injury. Bonus. Do not cut the insulation on a cord or take power from another device. Doing so could lead to fire or electric shock. I've lost count. Do not install the product in a location where it will obscure the driver's forward view, interfering with the operation of the steering wheel, gear shifter, or the likes. Or pose a threat to the passenger, so don't put it on the roof of the Jeep. Doing so could lead to an accident or injury.
Okay, the question we go in there.
What are some of the reasons to use diodes? Should they be used? If you're doing an alarm system, diodes are great. If you're doing anything where, like, let's say a backup camera trigger maybe, or a parking light, or the new thing now is to do turn signals. Anytime you don't want the current to feed back into the circuit, use a diode. Diodes are one of those things we have a drawer full of diodes, resistors, just diodes and resistors, and capacitors. So, do we use them often when we do alarms? Do we use them in the stereo side of things? It depends on when we have to do relays or circuits or something like that. So, is it good to have diodes laying around? Yeah, you know, it's nice to have 3 or 4 of them just hanging out. You never know when you might need one. Sometimes, like an accessory could be backfeeding. A diode will fix that.
Yes, sir.
Back to, was there a question before that?
No, that was not a question.
Okay. Do not install the product in a location where okay. When making a hole in the vehicle's body, be careful to avoid damaging pipes, the fuel tank, electrical wiring, and the likes. This type of damage could lead to accident or more fire. What did he just write?
Okay.
Upgrade the head unit, not too many EQ settings. What was that?
Okay, so hello. Would you recommend to using DSP like the new gel tweak?
Tweak. We are not a jail dealer. We don't use the
88.
jail product.
I'm using the Pioneer 56 VHS. Or will you upgrade it?
I would upgrade the radio. Totally upgrade the radio. Get into a new radio. You know, like a 4200, even a 5800 or a 4800, or the two new versions of whatever those are going to be.
Yeah.
Songs that we use for testing.
I'm sorry.
That's a great question. If you've seen some of our install videos, we rock out, of course, to those. Hold on. We have a playlist just for work.
This is a good one.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. So, number one song that we always test the car to is, unfortunately, Sugar by Maroon 5.
Oh, you sugar, baby.
Okay. Unfortunately, we've kind of adopted that song. We know exactly what it sounds like, and it's mind-numbing. So, yes, Sugar. We still do some Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars. Oh, not that one. Swing. We do that. Hold on. Let me go down here to the bottom. Poppin' Bottles by Sky Blue and Mark Rosas, R-O-S-A-S, is a good song for testing the bass. When we're doing the highs, Nora Jones, Don't Know Why. That is the name of the song. And then our new favorite to support is Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé.
Feeling Good. That is an amazing song for getting the center channel image. Does Pioneer Auto EQ microphone adjust the speaker's crossovers? Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't do a great job, but yes, it does.
Have you done a stereo install in 2004-2008 Grand Prix?
Yeah.
And it's a why is two wire harness.
Is it what?
Why is there two wire harness?
Why is there two wiring harnesses?
Yes.
I don't remember. I mean, I know we've done them.
Yes.
Grand Prix. Look that car up real quick. Go to, here, use my phone. So anyways, that's that. Funny, we had this conversation last night, Dean.
I can't. You got a lot of shit in there.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Hold on. Metro. There you go.
Metro, yes.
Here, I got that kit. I got it right here. Give it a second.
2004.
Oh, Michael Bublé. Yeah, we were driving. We're like, we went to a soccer game and we were sitting in the back seat. My wife and daughter were in the front seat, and my daughter was jamming through. I was like, "Dude, are you in my playlist? These are all the songs we use to test cars." And yeah, that was funny. A little trip down memory lane.
Grand Prix. That's what, Chevrolet?
Chevy Grand Prix. No, it's a Pontiac Grand Prix. Sure. A little helpful note, just a quick Dean bitch. Are Kenwood cheap KFC speakers any good? You know, if you're just looking for a basic factory upgrade, sure. If you really want good Kenwood speakers, get the Exelon. They have that 7-inch that'll fit in most 6.5s because it comes with cool spacers. It is my personal favorite speaker, especially if I have a Toyota or a GM or a Chrysler. Pretty much covers all of them. Even fits in Volkswagen. Dude, Exelon speakers are badass.
Okay.
And for the price, you can't beat them.
Well, they actually make the
smart harness?
piece, the smart harness.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see what PAC says. Just exit out of this. Alright, hold on. So, sorry, we're still screwing with the Grand Prix thing. You guys were right about the auto EQ putting sub in the car behind you. Oh yeah, puts it like that. Yeah, yeah. I don't understand that. Still, best kids. Tell you what, we were using. We were filming a.
You tell them about the Kenwood KFC speakers.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. We were doing a car yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
what's
really?
today? Monday. Saturday. We were doing a car Saturday. We were filming for a future video. What was that? That was a FRS. We were doing an FRS.
But Subaru.
And here you
There
go.
you go.
Fill that out. And we used the auto cue setting in that. After, of course, we did an active system. So we did actual true network mode. He had a PDX V9. He had some Hertz Eye Energies, and so we took the PDX V9 is cool. It's a 5-channel. And it has a 10-time multiplier for channels 1 and 2, so you can. How are your fingers healing? Slowly.
Okay, so they made
the smart harness.
The smart harness.
Okay.
The RP3.
Okay.
And the RP4.
So for the Grand Prix, you need you're going to need a smart harness. That's why there's all those harnesses in there. There's no ignition wire. Depending on what you want, if you want steering wheel controls, you're on a Pack Audio RP4 GM11. If you don't want steering wheel controls, you're going on RP3 GM11. 3 is no, 4 is with. If you're trying to retain your OnStar and Bose, then you're going to want the RP5 GM11. You're picking up a pattern here. What is the next big advanced in head units? That's a good question. I mean, honestly, it's kind of funny. We joke about this because Android and Apple are really one of the biggest next big advance in head units with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. The funny thing is it didn't do anything for sound. It actually, all it did was give us more bells and whistles, which is what I think most people are after anymore. They're not after the high quality.
My fingers are good. They're getting better.
You know, FLAC was something that they're trying to feed down our... FLAC is something they're trying to make us all feel like everybody wants, but, I mean, I don't know how old you are, Tony, but, I mean, like, my 17-year-old daughter, Pandora, Spotify, iTunes Radio, that's all she listens to. Yeah. She doesn't care what it sounds like, she just wants to hear her music. So, I mean, the market for that FLAC audio style, high-def stuff is thin. I'm really, really looking forward to what Pioneer's going to do, but I'm not like...
Okay, so I'm about to buy a 2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee with a 730.
Radio would be...
aftermarket will be perfect replacement. 730, yeah.
That's the factory radio. You're going to want something that'll work with an iDial-Link Maestro for sure. So either like a 9903. Hey, James. What did the guy say before, James?
48.
48. Yeah, all right. So, yeah, I mean, I'm 44. So, yeah, I mean, you remember when you got your first CD? Mine was...
what was the website for those smart harness? For Dan?
Pack Audio. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Best Kits. BESTKITS.com.
Yes.
And once you put your car information, I'll be right there.
Bill.
Hey, Bill. What was the website? Okay, so, anyways... I don't know what the next big advancement for car audio is. Definitely not going to be sound quality as much as we want it to be. I think it's just going to be more stupid integration crap. You know, like more HDMI input, maybe some Miracast crap built into it so we could all do screen sharing. I mean, the questions we get have nothing to do with how good it sounds. Most of the questions we get are how do I mirror my phone to the radio? I mean, honestly, I just wish Apple or Google or HTC or Samsung would just make, these and just make them phones and not make them suck like the white box Android radios that everyone has. It sucks. Because, I mean, I want sound quality. I mean, I want my big EQ. I want my time correction. Once you hear that in a car, there's no way to go back to 4 speakers in a sub. It sucks. But the problem is most people don't want to do that. They just, it's good enough. When can I
get bass installed in my 2011 Chrysler 300? When?
Whenever you want. Now, by bass, do you mean B-A-S-S or bass as in B-A-S-E? Because if you want to get the first bass with Fernando, all you got to do is, right now he's got the good voice.
Oh, yes.
Thanks, Dan. And we love making them. So anyways, back to that FRS real quick.
Yeah. We made a video.
We have a video coming. At this rate, it's probably going to be a month. I suck. Anyways, B-A-S-D?
I'm lost.
Yeah. Is that badass? Is that like an acronym? So the FRS, we did the auto EQ with the. We set the crossovers first, naturally. And as I was saying, the PXV9 has that 10 times multiplier, so we were able to set the tweeter, set the mid-range. The mid-range on that doesn't have a bandpass, but the radio does. So it took us about 20 minutes to get the crossover where we wanted it, and we did the auto EQ, and it was amazing. Once you hear a great system, you will never be the same. Yeah, it's kind of like that phrase, once you go, then you'll never go back. But yeah. F spell check. No, trust me, I get that all the time. It's like, oh, hey, I didn't spell that right in the video. Awesome. Well, it's 5:30 in the morning. I have a good excuse. Yeah, so the auto EQ feature is amazing. And that's one of the things I don't like about the other manufacturers. Alpine and Kenwood make that so goddamn hard. I mean, Jesus Christ, you need a... You need like a degree in mathematics to figure out how to do time correction on an Alpine head unit, for God's sakes. I had to call him up and ask him. I'm like, dude, it doesn't even make sense. It's like you have measure the farthest, the shortest, this, and Dean, what? I didn't do anything. I didn't cuss.
Why?
And then you have to figure out the shortest distance, and then once you get that, they have this page of like this another whole darn page full of stuff that it's like, okay, so you had this number, so you need to come up with. It's like, freaking believable. No, man, make it easy, for God's sakes.
I give this live video 5 star.
Thank you. So yeah, that's that. So back to this, y'all that chimed in and didn't miss it. This is one of the new instruction manuals that Alpine put out, written by the lawyers. Kenwood Navigation Radios or Pioneer Navigation Radio. If I have an Apple iPhone 7, it's real simple. If you like, if you're a Garmin guy, you're gonna go Kenwood. There's no question about it. If you're not a Garmin guy, probably gonna go with the Pioneer. Sound-wise, they both sound amazing. Speed-wise, I think the Kenwood's a little bit faster because it's got the dual-core running Linux. And the 8200's 3 years old. That's 3, sorry.
3 years old?
3 years.
Okay.
I'm 4 years old.
You can use this one.
I'm 4 years old. If
You,
anybody knows what that's from, let me know. Hi, I'm 4 years old.
will you go active
I'm 4 years old.
using the 58?
Would you go active using the 5800? VHS. Okay, so here's the deal. Anytime you want to do active, you cannot use rear speakers. So if you want rear speakers, do not think about active, unless you're going to do active on the amplifier side of things. If you're just doing a really bitchin' front stage in a sub, most cars, like the FRS was nice because the rear speakers are these little tiny shitty 4s that you can't hear anyways. If you had like a 350Z, but if you got a sedan that's a 4-seater and you're trying to just do a really nice set of front, personally, it never really works. Trucks are okay with no rear speakers, but a sedan, it's too big. You need rear speakers.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents on active versus passive. Now there again, you can do active if you're going to do all active amplifiers. Then by all means, rock on. But if you're trying to do network mode from the radio, doesn't work in a sedan. 2-seaters, yes. Pickup trucks, yes. Hope that helps. I would
prefer my features of my AVIC. Yeah.
Without the CD player, don't own any CDs. Yeah, my point exactly. It's funny. It's funny you should bring that up. When Alpine came out with a restyle, remember the two?
Yeah.
They brought 3 guys in. The rep brought in 2 guys straight from Japan. And they were arguing with me over the fact that the radios had to have a CD-DVD player. And I was like, I bought in November of 2009, has never, ever seen a goddamn CD. What are you talking about? And they're like, oh, well, the people that are going to buy these things are going to want... And I'm like, who the hell's... Okay, I guess for $2,500 you have to give them something. So let's give them a CD-DVD player.
That's it?
No, I got a better idea. Let's drop the price $500, throw the CD player and DVD player out the window, and let's call it a day.
Make it faster.
Well, here's the funny thing. The new Jeep Restyle piece with Apple CarPlay, guess what it doesn't have? It doesn't have a CD player, and it's $500 less.
Well, they figured it out.
Oh
It's
my
like,
god! And the new restyle. I'm not saying I had anything to do with this. I had nothing to do with it. I'm just merely saying how funny it is. And the new restyled 10-inch screen for GM, the CD DVD player is an option that you have to buy separately for like $400, along with the $250 HDMI add-on.
Right.
Might be $150. I don't remember. There was a 50 in there and 100, and I was like, "Are you guys on crack? Crack-a-lack, cool piece, crazy money." But there again, it's all relative. You know, when you work on a Ferrari, and the guy's willing to spend $2,500 or $3,000.
These guys
Yeah.
coming.
Coming here. Okay, HX, XLs, or which Hertz amp recommend for them? Where'd it go? It was right here. The midline Hertz amplifiers, very nice, very nice. As far as the XLs or the non-XLs, if you have room for the XL, get the XL. The XL has a tremendous amount of mid bass over the non-XL. They're both stupid amounts of mid bass. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. The XL has more.
Yeah.
Okay, and the best way to describe that is we did a Mini Cooper. Mini Cooper had a 4 and tweet in the door. Replaced all the 4s and tweets with some Hertz 4s and tweets. We actually just did coaxials because they don't make a separate component 4-inch, which was fine because the tweeter there was no tweeter. It was just a 4-inch. So anyways, and then we put the XLs underneath the seat where the subwoofer was because we were putting a 10 in the back. Wow. Remember the bass that was coming from that? It was stupid. Don't see the point of a CD player with Spotify, Apple Music. Be nice to have the choice. Always right. I'm glad you put the laughy face underneath that because it's not always right. The customer is always right, but not always right. I listen to the customer, try to wrap my head around what they're trying to get across to me, and then we go from there. And then I make them feel like what they did is right.
JL Audio, XDV2, or HD for amps.
I mean, those are the HDs are nice. I'm not familiar with the other line of the HDV2, HX. Is that their new line of amps? We don't do JL, so I don't really follow JL too much.
No.
You know, I pay attention to it as much as I need to just because it's a necessary evil and we like to know what the other guys are doing. I mean, if we're buying high-end amplifiers for that, I would look at the PDX V9 Alpine amplifiers. They're a little bit less money, and they are
powerful. Big.
Let's just say one looks just like the other. You decide.
I got an exterior from you guys. But the USB format sucks.
Okay, I got a NAG stereo. NAG. What's NAG? But the USB format sucks. Is there a program that can be added to make it play MP3s and MP4s?
Radio? What kind of radio?
Yeah, what kind of radio? Oops. Got a hole. Oh yeah. Okay. So did we beat this up?
Yeah.
Did we kill it?
Yeah, that's it.
So basically, if you install this and you're not careful, you're gonna get in an accident. You're gonna die. You're gonna catch on fire. If I had that Soundman little explosion, that's what I'd put up right now.
What do you think about the PRS 99?
Let it go, people. It's an awesome. Okay, if you're gonna play CDs all day long, go for it. If you're not gonna play CDs, you want to do USB, you want to do
Bluetooth,
FLAC, move on. Move on from that. There's got to be something better than that. You know.
That was good in the day.
Well, okay, so all right, so price point is great. I mean, it's expensive, but the price point for what you're getting, it does a ton of stuff. I just wish they would update the damn thing and come out with all the modern stuff in it, so that not only did you have, because it's like. I mean, yeah, you could still play records on it, and it's still going to sound good, but who plays records? You know? Bring it along to you know, play thumb drives, play FLAC, put in a aptX Bluetooth circuit in it so that it'll stream the highest quality Bluetooth into the unit.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's just old. Not that old
Let
is
it
bad.
go, no?
Yeah, I mean, not that old is bad, but I mean, you know, some of the Alpine radios have fiber optic output. You can go out of that into their EQ. You can go out of that into the like Audison. You can go into a bit one. There's what is it? Audio control with their new whatever the hell it's called. I forgot.
60. No, it's not a 60.
No, that has RSXG69 Sony. Are those speakers?
I think so. That's the speakers. Yes.
Dave joined.
6 by 9.
Dave. All right.
What is the record?
What is it's something that you try to accomplish and then break.
That was awesome. That's
Records.
a frisbee now.
Records are also all right. Who's from the '70s that remembers putting records in the oven to make obscure bowls out of?
Yeah.
That was probably one of the fun things. Not much, Dave. Just doing this,
Buddy.
whatever this is. It's funny. I actually own more records now than I owned when I was a kid because we hang them on the wall. Haley has like five or six records hung on the wall because the artwork is awesome. Records is an old CD. We want to talk about old CDs. I'll bring in a Laserdisc next week.
Whoa, that's a good one right there. Right there.
Laserdisc is it's a CD that's this big and it's awesome. I have Star Wars on it. I love it. Jensen. The playback format is not normal playback like MP3 or MP4. This is a Jensen, yes. I could totally see that.
We're not familiar
Yeah,
with that.
I don't think they don't believe in software updates, so there's going to be nothing there for that.
I mean, we want to check it out. And,
you may want. I mean, honestly, at this point, I would just buy a used. I would just go on to like eBay and get a used. Because it'll play iPod.
Yeah.
I would just go get a used iPod and plug it in and play music off the iPod. You'll get a better experience because it'll use iTunes to catalog all the music. You could probably pick an iPod used for $50.
Yeah, that's it.
What is Que Portales Pebbles?
You say Spanish. ¿Qué pasó, amigos? Say it.
¿Dónde estás, mi amigos? ¿Qué pasó? There's some bad hombres in this area. How about new Sony with optical out? Yeah, the new Sony. Hey, what's up, Corey?
How about the new Sony with optical out?
Yeah. It got awful expensive.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I would totally look into that. I don't know what it has for EQ though. I really haven't looked into it because I just haven't. I need to do that. I wish I could get one. I wish they could send us one for review.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
So, say if your vehicle comes with factory satellite radio tuner, Ryan, what kind of vehicle you have?
What does he have?
He got
No, what is he asking? He wants to use his factory antenna?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to use your factory antenna, hold on.
That's Ryan.
I'm back. Did you miss me? Okay, so if you have a factory Sirius XM, depending on what kind of car you have, you're going to need this guy right here. This is called the SAT1 from iDialink Maestro. This will plug into 99% of the cars on the road. For that other 3%, they're going to be Toyotas. In that case, you need the STO2, which will plug into your Toyota.
Yeah, SAT1, Ryan.
These two right here. So this is how you retain your factory Sirius XM antenna. One of these, Toyota, and everybody else.
Yeah.
That's it. As far as the Laserdisc question goes, if you bought a higher-end Laserdisc, it actually had a motor that would move the reader from top to bottom. So yes, at halfway, the braking, what I like to call the P spot, where it ran to the bathroom, it would go, and then spin back up and start playing. Oh wait, Grand Cherokee. What was
Yeah,
that for?
that was for the side one.
Yeah, you need a SAT1. SAT1, and then if you want to retain your
Here we
USB,
have that.
did you get?
Oh no.
If you want to retain your USB, go to your Uconnect, and there is going to be a USB there. You need a USB GM1 from PAC. Uconnect and plug into that. If you want to see that, we have a video right now. It's called the How to Put a Backup Camera and a New Radio on My Jeep Wrangler. We show you how to do that. We're going to recut that into something that's a lot smaller. Just showing you how to put a radio, but we show you how to disconnect the Uconnect brain and get to your factory.
Yeah.
If you guys have factory USBs in your car, most of the time you can retain them. Sometimes you can't, and when you can't, then we do what we call the Hyundai Kia, where we actually cut a USB up, mount it from behind, which we put a video up, and we show you how to do that. But between iDataLink, Scosh, and PAC, there's pretty much an adapter to retain almost any USB. Where it gets screwed up, and why we call it the Kia bypass, is because they use a hub. And a hub, the radios can't read through hubs, so you have to pull the hub out, throw it away, and make your own little interface. Dodge does that in the armrest. They make what's called, iDataLink makes what's called the URAM. The problem is there's like 15 feet of cable coming from the radio to the center console, and these radios can't read 15 feet. It's a good idea, just doesn't work.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks for helping me out. I love watching you guys keep up the good work. I'm thinking the clown is you, right? With the little...
You are the clown.
I'm the clown. Why am I the clown?
Because you're white.
Because I'm white?
Yeah.
Oh, damn! And this, I'm red. Just looking angry all the time. If you notice, poor Fernando is going through puberty right now, so his voice is changing.
I got hairballs in my...
All day. That's what he's been... All day.
Good.
The install big... I'm like, holy Jesus, what the hell? Ugh, it's scary. Scary. Okay, so... Covered laser discs. Hey, go Fernando. I've been popping, what are those cough drops? The ones that supposed to keep you from getting sick. Yeah. Anyways, pet owners. This is a PSA for pet owners out there. If you have a pet and you put him in your car, get one of those cool pet owner mats so that he doesn't cover the inside of your car. If you expect people to work on... Airborne, yes, been taking those. If you expect people to work on your car, and you own a pet, and you got, like, the Shed City pet in the back... Dude, that is the rudest shit ever. I mean, why do I want to roll around with your pet that's not in your... It's nuts, man. It's called a vacuum.
It doesn't work.
I mean, last week we complained about just cleaning out your car, just basically taking your stuff out of your car.
Yeah.
Now
Saludos,
you have
carnalito. That's one of my friends. Eduardo.
You have a friend?
Yeah, man.
You gotta have at least one.
plenty of friends.
Eduardo.
Eduardo. That's Eduardo.
I'm Eduardo. Muchas gracias, mi amigo. Anyways, yes, clean out the pet hair, please. What's up, Bill? Any expertise yet? Harley Rushmore system
of the CVOs.
No. No, I'm not a bike guy. We've covered that.
Okay.
I'm just afraid of motorcycles, man. I'll be honest. I don't like them. I'm afraid every time I touch one, it's gonna crush me.
Audio equipment too cheap to even mention this show.
Yes. I'll be honest. Yes. We do sell Boss. We sell like 2 amps of theirs, and
we more.
We carry like a 1500 watt Boss amp that we do what we call the 5 o'clock special, where we give you 2 12s and a Boss amp, a 4-gauge kit, copper, installed for some obscenely crazy price that Paul just, and they work. I will say this about them: we never get them back. But we've never gone deep into the line, so I would definitely not get a 4-channel to run my highs, because guaranteed you're going to get noise. But as far as like just a power sub, you you're fine. I mean, the stuff is reasonably priced. It will power subwoofers. It's not going to break the bank. But it's also not amazing.
Okay, say hello to Alexis.
Hi, Alexis.
Saludos para Alexis.
What was the one under the seat?
Okay,
Go back.
Under the seat. David, worst interior I ever saw. It's a ball and the old milk under the seats.
H2, the guy played professional baseball, and back seat, there was maggots underneath it. Apparently the kid had thrown up in the back seat, didn't bother to tell his parents, so I almost puked.
Okay.
Charger 2011 up. What
Yes.
do you think of the Metro Turbo kit for them? 99.56. Oh God.
Wait, that's what you think?
Yeah, it's Metro.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, man. Sometimes it fits good.
Scotia, I think, just came out with a version of that, which may be better. I know that right now the iDataLink will work with the car, they just have no kit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, put it this way. If you buy the kit, save the factory radio. If iDataLink comes out with a kit, be prepared to get rid of that kit so that you can get the new kit.
Yeah.
That's that. I mean,
Okay.
that's what people did with the Camaros. Everyone rocked that ugly-ass Camaro kit until PAC just came out with the new one that allowed you to retain your AC. So now everyone's going back, getting rid of the Metro or the Scotia, throwing it away and putting the PAC in.
Okay. My truck has 6x9s in the front and 6.5s in the rear.
What car?
That's it.
Okay, so what's the question?
That's it.
Oh, 6.5.
Was strange.
Oh, that.
Well,
No, that's actually real common.
for David, like Dodge Rams.
Chevys, the Dodge has always been that way.
Yeah.
So no. For now, I watch
your YouTube channel. Like you, John.
So no, 6x9 is kind of cool. It's the new front speaker for most cars, and I like it. For cost-conscious people, it allows us to put a reasonably priced 6x9 and get an amazing amount of mid-bass up front, and then Dodge Ram. Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
6x9s.
So I mean, you could put a nice set of 6x9s up there, or you could put like Hertz makes the high-energy 6x9. Oh my God. We took out a whole Dre system out of that Charger. Took out a whole Dre system. It was like 6 3.5s, 2 6x9s, and a 10-inch subwoofer. Put 4 Hertz 6x9s in it and killed it. It was insane. But nice thing too is now that because there's a 6x9 there, it's usually a little deeper, so you can get a big mid bass like a K2 or a Millie or an Audison, something like that. Put it in the front door now without it hitting the window. So I love the 6x9s in the front.
Okay, check that one out.
Oh well, did my own install, including Boss Audio Amp. The great pointers from you guys. Dude, don't be upset.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, my first amplifier was what was called a Sherwood 240, okay? Hey, Ryan. Sherwood 240 and a Sherwood 280. I bought two. And it was like a $100 amp. And I rocked the shit out of that thing. My first box I made, the first box I made it out of a desk. I literally took my desk out of my room, turned it into a box. Screws, nails, duct tape, whatever the hell. I had the itch, man. I had the itch. I was like, oh, I love this car. How do you think I got the itch? Had to have bass. I got these woofers called JSE, called Jet Sound Electronics. Dude, they sucked. They sucked. I could buy a set of $100 Pioneers right now where they kick their ass. So, I need to flex the password. Yeah. So no, man, don't worry about the brand name. If it sounds good and it makes bass, rock it.
Yep.
Okay, dude, we do a ton of those things,
yeah.
And like I said, we never have problems with it. It pisses me off because they don't break.
Yeah,
it's like I want to, you know. So no,
they're good for the cost.
Yeah,
it's
not gonna hurt anything. Don't feel bad. Don't smiley face. I want to see a smiley face back up there.
Yeah.
Damn it. Thanks, guys. Y'all are awesome. No, thank you, Dave. You're awesome for saying that.
And thank you, Alexis. Thank you for everything.
What do you think of the bass tube versus the under-seat sub? Under-seat sub all the way. Under-seat sub. Got to do an under-seat sub, you know, because there's so many of them now. my go-to underseat woofer is definitely the Phoenix Gold.
Yeah.
I love the shallow mount Phoenix Gold woofer. I think they did an amazing job on it. They bribed us into carrying them. Damn it.
Yeah.
Because at the time, Pioneer, Premier, shallow mount was the pretty
The
much
top of the
Ivy
line,
Flat
yeah.
was our go-to. It sounded most of the time, most of those guys weren't doing that. And then they bribed me. They took us out to dinner. They wined, they dined us, and then they sent us a free pair of subs for us to play with. And
We tested.
yeah, we tested them against everything we had. The same test we just done with the Pioneer. No, we didn't film it because we weren't doing that yet. And damn it if they didn't sound awesome. So we still carry the Phoenix Gold subwoofers. We love them. If you want power handling, yeah, there's still going to be that 250, 300, which is usually good for a pickup truck because no one's putting, I mean, unlike today where we just actually did 412s and a underneath the
Sierra.
seat, GMC Sierra, and we ended up going with the Kicker's new whatever shallow mount woofers they have with the higher power handling because he wanted to put a ton of power to them.
There you go. See?
Yep, sounds good. Yes, exactly.
You go,
Oh,
man.
Infinity subs,
Rock on.
too. So, Infinity subs. Infinity, JBL, Harman, it's all the same company. I bought my first sub when I was 13, Pyramid Phase 3. My first real sub was a bulk pile subwoofer. Literally came wrapped in a piece of cardboard. Cool, thanks. You guys rock. Where was I going with that? Where was I?
You amplifier?
I don't remember.
Yeah, the Pyramid.
The
Bought
what?
my first 13 Pyramid Phase.
No, that wasn't it. I totally forgot. What do y'all
Infinity.
usually build more, sealed or ported? We try not to build anything. I'm totally allergic to MDF because I worked with it way too much in my past. So now anytime I cut wood, I sneeze, and just get all. So I have to wear a mask. I have glasses, so it fogs. It's just a pain in the ass. We actually built a box today, so this is my annual box build for the day.
Don't ask for more.
Yeah.
That's good.
So we actually have we outsource our boxes. We have a company that actually will build our boxes for us. If we're going underneath the seat, it's going to be sealed. We'll design the boxes. We'll have them build them. But we do more ported than anything. For sure, ported. If we can do ported, because most people want loud. I mean, back in the day, band passes were all the rage. All I built was 210 band passes. I built more goddamn 210 band passes and 110 band passes than it was retarded. It was like every day 5 210 band passes. You know, finally Alpine came out with their 110 band pass. It was awesome. We buy them by the pallet.
You're like, oh.
Ported box seems to be the new hotness. So we're doing that. Which one do I prefer? It really depends. Honestly, if I look back at all the boxes I've built, I've either had a sealed box or a band pass. But that because I had pickup trucks. So my pickup trucks, I always had sealed boxes. In my car, I had band passes. So I don't know if I've actually ever owned a box. No, I mean I have one of my daughters, but
Why are you going to Haley's?
yeah, but I mean I don't listen to that shit. So you know, plus too, I'm gonna be pompous here and say I've always bought really good subwoofers, and to me they sound better in the sealed box. Where that goes funny is that now some of these really high-end woofers you have to put them in ported boxes. Like back in the day, like I had to do a system in a vet, old school Batman style vet. And it was doing a full Focal K2 system with subwoofers and everything, and fiberglass and Macintosh amps and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's what I was talking about, box building and how I'm allergic to it. Oh, because I used to build boxes all day long. 22 boxes, 22 212 ported boxes, start to finish, one day. Pile of wood, pile of boxes, my record. Don't ever want to beat it again. 22 boxes. Not carpeted, just built. 22. I'm done. Okay, anyways, so these Focal K2s were ported only. You know, and I was like, oh, shit. So, but, yeah, it was weird. But they sounded amazing, too.
Hi, guys.
I have a Kenwood KDC X500. That means it's got aptX and 2-year warranty. Do I need a separate crossover? No, it's got an awesome crossover built into it. Yeah, it's got front-rear sub crossover. That's a pretty nice crossover,
Yeah.
actually.
It's a really nice radio.
It's a great radio.
Yeah.
You upgraded from the 300, which is the entry level, but no, it's got a crossover. It really doesn't need anything. So okay, that brings up a good question though.
Yeah.
Crossovers. Most radios have them now. Some are good, some suck, but at least it's something. So let's say in a perfect world you have an amplified system where you're going to amplify either a 5-channel or 4-channel on the monoblock, but you have sound amplifiers throughout the whole car, and you have a radio that has a crossover. The question I get asked is, do I set the crossover in the radio, or do I set the crossover at the amplifier? And that's a great question, because which one do you use? And I have an answer for it. I use the one at the amplifier. Now, what I'll do is when we're tuning the car, I'll adjust it from the radio to get where I need these points to be. So, for example, let's say if I wanted at 120 or 220 or whatever, I'll set it there, and then when I get it right about where I want it, I'll move back to the amplifier and set those points using those numbers that are kind of silk screened on there. I mean, we have the CC1, which is a crossover calibrator, but most of the time we can pretty much do it by ear because I've been doing this forever. So I set them at the amp. The reason why I set them at the amp is because the battery's disconnected. Previously, the radios would always lose that shit, and it'd always be some chick that picks up the car or some buddy of yours, and he'd go driving and blow all the speakers. So I like the amp. What's that question?
When do you think the CD, DVD part of the double DIN radio will start being faded out since streaming it's starting getting big?
So the reason why it hasn't gone away is because these manufacturers are afraid to take the CD, DVD players out of it because, and we'll use H in the MV whatever lines for like 4 years now, and those are their Mechaless radios. It's a dumb name. It basically just means non-drive radios. People don't buy them. People don't buy them. When you have the choice between a CD player at $139 or the same exact radio without a CD player for $119, for some reason everyone spends the $20 to have the CD player that they're never going to use. So the Pioneer gets those numbers and they're like, hey, how come you guys all wanted no? Well, people are buying the ones with the CD player. Why? Because it's $20 more, and they feel that what happens if what if an asteroid crashes and
they give me
if the whole network goes down and I can't have Spotify, at least I still have a CD player that I can play.
That's a good point. There you go.
I was getting CDs, but that's why.
CDs?
CDs nuts. So that's why it hasn't been adopted amazing, just like fast. I mean, the whole app radio, which is right here, that doesn't have a CD player. This is the app radio 3 or 4? 4. First one didn't have a CD, no one wanted it. Second one had a CD, no one wanted it. Third one had a DVD, people would buy it. The fourth one doesn't have a CD, DVD, doesn't have anything, everyone wants it because it's an amazing radio and they finally put a real OS on it. So I'm with you. That's about small digital amps like the Pioneer GMD 1004. I have probably an all-door speaker, sounds surprisingly good for the size. Yes, it does. The only bitch I have about that amplifier is it doesn't have a gain control. Who builds an amp without a gain control? Other than Alpine and Pioneer. No, we love that amp. We use it a lot. It's kind of we like to call it a brick. It's a tool. We call it the brick amps. Alpine makes one. Pioneer makes one. I think Focal has one now. They're awesome. They're handy little tools. Are they as good as, let's say, a real amplifier? No. If you're just powering 4 regular speakers, the 18 watts by 4 on an IC power chip that comes in one of these sucks. Yeah. It's garbage. So
nothing like the good old CD. Sure.
Yeah. Remind me to tell the CD story. Let me finish with the GMD. So no, the brick amps are great. Now, behind me here, these little guys, these are the Rockford little. Yeah. Whoa, that's 500 watts. That's like 3 packs of cigarettes wide. I don't smoke. I'm assuming. 3 packs.
Like the size of your phone.
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit bigger than my phone. What's the logo? What's the logo? Anyone know? What's the logo? Come on. What's the logo? Anyways, so Yeah, no, we love that amp. We go through a ton of those things. The only time we switch between that or the Alpine is whether we need the gain control or not. Sometimes we need the gain control in order to do volume matching, and that just won't work. But if we're just doing 4 raw speakers and a head unit, oh yeah, we'll do that all day.
Rock on.
Yeah, there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Okay, so CDs. So if you want to have fun with your old CDs, okay, first off, this will really hurt if you screw it up. Would you guys think?
What do you think about it?
Box or a custom box? Oh, dude, the jail stealth boxes sound really good for what they are. Unfortunately, they are so freaking expensive. If you have the money, totally worth it. If you don't have the money, totally not worth it.
Okay.
They sound great. Yeah. I have yet to hear one that sucked other than in the Jeep Wrangler. That might have just because it took forever to put the damn thing in. I was pissed.
Okay, CDs.
If you have a Dremel and you have that silly round over sanding thing, it's the exact same size as the hole for the CD. Okay. So what you do is you take your Dremel, you put it on, you put the CD onto that little round.
Okay.
Okay. Glasses, sheets.
Nice.
Okay. Pencil. Turn it on and slowly bring up the speed. It helps if you have one that has a variable speed adjustment. Okay. And it's going to start to go really, really fast. Take the pencil and go tap. The CD will pop off of it and hover in the air like this. Do not touch it because it's spinning at 5,000 RPMs. Eventually, the inertia will allow it to take off. If you do it inside, it'll explode silvery dust and shit will go everywhere. And blood and yeah. We used to do that for fun when we were slow. We had all these demo CDs, and it was kind of like who drew the short straw. But in my old shop, we literally had, we never took them down because it was just too cool. There was pieces of CD stuck all in the ceiling. It was awesome.
Okay, so what's the price for you for knowing the logo? That will be Dean's hug.
No, you can have Fernando hug.
No, that's you.
Make a video of that. Yeah, we might have to. I don't own a Dremel anymore though. Yeah, I've always wanted one though. I might buy one. I mean, yeah, we'll definitely add that to our whiteboard.
Okay.
If I get a Dremel for Christmas, we'll definitely, because that was funny as shit, dude. It was so scary, and it hurt like hell, but it was awesome, dude. I remember the first time it was just hovering in the air in front of me. It was like one of those movie moments, like from The Abyss, where the guy's like wants to stick his finger in it. I wanted to touch it, and Bill was like, "Don't do that!" And I was like, "Oh yeah, good call." It was just so shiny. Everyone likes shiny stuff. What time is it?
Yeah, I have no idea, man.
I could have looked on my phone.
7:30.
Oh yeah, cool. We'll go for a couple more minutes. Do you have anything you want to say?
No.
No dog hair in your car, please. What else? There was something else I wanted to bitch about, but I can't remember what it was. Please shave. That's tonight. Yeah. Anyways, whatever. Okay. I think everyone's. Yeah. Well, sure. We'll just. Hey friends, I'll bring my truck with. Okay, hey friends, I'll bring my truck with you. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, just bring it here.
Yeah.
See, tráelo.
Make the trip. Is it better to use an external crossover for tuning the sound quality? Is it better to use a crossover on aftermarket radio or use an external crossover for tuning sound quality? Okay, it's better to use crossover on aftermarket radio. Oh no, I mean that's what we were talking about. I mean the crossover's a crossover. They're both going to get the job done. You know, if you're going to go big sound processor, obviously you're going to use a big sound processor. What I was getting at is if you're going to have an amplifier with a crossover in it, for safety reasons, I prefer to use the one in the amplifier. However, it's getting scary now because some of these, now that the radios have autosave, definitely like to use that. But now they have 6, 12, 18, and 24 dB per octave crossovers, which is a hell of a lot better than the amplifier has. So now it's getting to the point where even the way I like to do it, I try not to do it anymore. No. Which is a whole other conversation I don't want to have.
Alexis. Okay, when? Whatever you want. Just bring the car.
Call Paul, 727 or 727 216 6170. Paul handles all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you've had time to play with the Bit 1 HT.
What did you do to your hands? Oh, to my hands.
Table saw.
Table saw.
Y'all should make a video on how to set up and tune the crossovers for all speakers. I'm always confused on the front and back. Well, we do have basic videos on like how to set up the radios and use those. That particular video is something we do want to make. We're just trying to figure out how to make it so it makes sense for everybody. Believe it or not, making those, like we made a bunch of audio control videos earlier last year, and they were really hard because you know, we had to use a bunch of RTAs and try for we have. I want to do a great job at explaining things so that if anybody watches my video, they have the confidence to then go do it. So I'm not going to make a video just to make a video. I want to make sure that what I'm doing is you could watch it and then go do it and understand what it is we've told you. So if I can't do that, then I don't want to do it. So we're working on it. I just, you know, trying to get it from here to make sense for you guys. That sometimes, I'll be honest. He'll be the first one to tell you. So, yeah, we totally want to make that video. We totally want to do it. It's just I want to make sure it's right. And a lot of that's the other thing too. It's like when we make these videos, we just don't make them to make them. We really put a lot of effort into making sure that you can watch this video and take as much out of it as we want you to. We don't just want to throw shit up on YouTube and be like, you know, it's if you're going to take the time to watch it, we want to take the time to make it good.
Okay, so do you know anything about the Kenwood KSC SW11 Power Soft? Kenwood say it would be okay for a Durango. Now using a lot of space.
Okay, is that little undersea crappy thing that they make? If it is, no. Hey, no.
So what is
if you want a small, powered, like we said before, excuse me, pardon me, this guy right here.
Yeah.
This is a 12 to make it a 10. It's a 300. It's the, what is it? The RP. The P300-10. It's awesome. It's small. It's easily removable. And your Durango that isn't going to take up a lot of room, you can remove for trips and all that. That's what you want. So what is a good stereo that can play MP3s, MP4 playback from a flash drive? Bring in your flash drive with your songs on it, and we will plug them into the board.
And we figure
out which one works best for you.
Yes.
Oh. So, real quick, last week, we spent a crazy amount of time on USB movies.
Yes.
Holy crap. Trying to get every one of these silly things and figure out what you should do to play movies. So, as soon as we get... the research was insane. We've got the Sony figured out. The new AXAV V100. We got that one figured out. That was screwy. We got the Kenwoods figured out. Holy crap, that was that one right there. Theirs is retarded. We got the inexpensive, or not the inexpensive. That's the only one we haven't got is like a 280, 290. We haven't got those yet. I think I've almost got that cracked, but we got everything else. So those videos will be coming out hopefully within 2 weeks.
Soon.
We still have to film them because we spent more time doing research than we thought it was going to take. But there again, we want to make sure this stuff is real information that you guys can then go do.
Thank you, David.
These were great YouTube videos. I was hooking up a backup camera without y'all's backup cameras. You know, we could make. Thank you, by the way. Thanks, Dave. David. We could probably make 20 videos on backup cameras, and it would still, because it's just something about running two wires. An accessory wire and the reverse wire. Everyone wants to power up their camera from the reverse light.
And it's like, hey,
don't do that.
Yeah.
These all have switches to turn on
the backup cameras.
Almost done.
Yeah.
Yes, we're almost done.
Okay.
And since that was my, hey, you're coming home, right? Let's wrap this up. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. remember, you guys can find us here on Facebook, YouTube,
Definitely
Instagram. Subscribe if you're not subscribed.
What's your Instagram?
My Instagram, it's Mr. Lopez. So
Is that like the
you can
guy
check it out.
on TV?
Mr. Lopez?
Yeah.
No. What?
Is it George Lopez? Is it
No.
spelled the
Really?
same way?
No.
Well, how's it spelled?
Really? M-R? Wait,
Haley, you're late. What the heck? Peace, Dave. You never text me, by the way. Text me.
Give me 1 second. It will be MR dot slash
Thanks, Jeff.
Lopez with double O.
Thanks, Alex.
That's
Okay.
it.
So yeah, follow him on Instagram. He puts up a lot of pictures along with the 5-star page. That's mine. Questions on Facebook, go to him. Questions on YouTube, go to me. And with that, cheers, guys. Totally Tony. We'll
Thank
see
you
you
for
later.
watching.
Good night. Yeah.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.